Hi, this is Jesse Crosby, the Safe Guru. Today's topic of discussion is going to be fire ratings and in the gun safe industry. So I want to let you guys know that fire ratings is important, but the one thing you have to remember is you're going to see a variety of different fire ratings by different manufacturers because they all independently test. So most of these manufacturers are UL listed on the security side of the scheme of things, but they're not UL listed as far as the fire rated. So most of these manufacturers do independent testing, and they do that for their own reasons. Number one, that they can manipulate it a little bit. They can test it how they want to test it. They can put it at room temperature and have it ramped up from there. They can put it in the oven already sitting at 1500 degrees. So different manufacturers are going to do testing different ways. But it's important to remember that a lot of manufacturers don't disclose what type of gypsum is used in their product. So there's two types of gypsum that's used in the gun safe manufacturing. One is called type X, and type X is typically used in home construction as well. It does not contain vermiculite, and it's not hydrogen infused. So it's the cheaper of the two. Most manufacturers won't disclose what type of gypsum they're using in their product because they just don't think it's important. And they don't want to go off in that particular route when it comes to purchasing a safe. I'm a big proponent of the Fort Knox product because they disclose exactly what type of gypsum they use and how they test. That's the other thing that's important, is the majority of these manufacturers don't disclose how the safe's tested. Is it tested standing up? Is it laid down on its back and sent through the oven that way? So there's a lot to remember. And a lot of questions to ask your safe dealer, especially when you're pertaining to the fire. Most safe manufacturers are going to put what's called polyusol. Polyusol will start to expand at about 240 degrees. This actually goes around the door frame of the safe. Majority of manufacturers, foreign and domestic, use some type of similar product. It almost has the consistency of a marshmallow cream. Once it's fully activated, it's designed to keep smoke, heat, water out of the safe once the fire has already done the damage to the home, and minimize the risk to the contents of the safe. I want you to be mindful of fire rating because it's important. You're keeping documentation, you may be keeping media, other important products or substance inside the safe, and so it's important that fire rating is accurate, because that could determine whether or not your documents survive or are burned up in a fire. And again, going back to the import versus domestic, a lot of the import product has high sulfur content. Well, if you do research on sulfur, you'll see that nothing is more corrosive to metal, for example, than sulfur. So it's important that you know where the gypsum is. Is it a U.S. gypsum? Is it a China gypsum? And then what type are they using? Because it's important. It's a key component to the safe buying process, and in the long run, it's going to protect you and your valuables.